Alright guys, we're going to be in the VK 2801 today, not the 105, the tier 6 German tech tree light tank. And we're going to be on Abbey, and this game is interesting because at the start of this battle, during the countdown, I actually got a call from my friend. So I was talking to my friend on the phone, like for half of this game. You can see that I'm kind of pausing here, right, to like answer the phone. And it just made me realize how much I'm able to focus on World of Tanks even when I'm trying to have a conversation with someone else, right? Like, I've become so aware of how I play this game, basically, that I can now do it while multitasking, which is incredible to me. Yeah, if you talk on voice chat or you're talking to people like on Discord or whatever while you're playing the game, I feel like it's different, right? Because you're focusing on the game still. But when I'm trying to hold a conversation with my friend, I'm having to think about two completely different things. I'm thinking about World of Tanks, and I'm thinking about the conversation I'm having with him, and I'm still able to somehow prioritize World of Tanks. And I don't know how I'm able to do that. But again, I bring this up because I want you guys to, when you play your light tanks, focus on them. Like, focus on your game, concentrate on playing the game, like look at the map and just focus, right? Don't get distracted by other things, because I've gotten to the point now where I can do it without even thinking about it, right? That's kind of what I'm trying to say, is it's almost like a natural thing to me, but a lot of people are always asking me all these positions to go to be a better light tank player, and it's not positions, guys. It's the ability to look at the map and be able to adapt to things that are going on. So what do you see on the map right now? And I was kind of late to adjust to this because I'm on the phone, so I'm not, I'm again, I can kind of do it naturally, but I'm still focusing on two things at once. What do you guys see on the map? Well, the whole 6-7 line is like gone, man. Like, what is going on here? All these guys are YOLOing in, so we're having to adjust to this, right? And even though I don't adjust to it in any extreme manner, I'm still able to put myself in a location to get shots into the M6 and not really get wrecked myself, right? So I'm going to try and get close to this building. Excuse my alarm. I'm going to try and get close to this building so I'm not getting whacked by the M6. We're lighting him on fire, and now we need to continue to adjust on getting shots to the AT8 as well, right? Because the AT8 is pushing in as well. And just need to continue to adjust to this situation that has happened, right? These guys just YOLO'd in, and we're going to go after the AT8 now, and look at that, man. These people are wrecking this guy. So likely we'll win this game, I think, because probably 3 or 4 enemies decided to YOLO down this line. But yeah, man, just going back to focusing, guys. Like, when you guys play light tanks, it's not about even how you set up the tank. It kind of is, right? Especially at higher tiers, you want view range, you want CVS and stuff. But it's not even about that. It's about reading the map, understanding what's going to work and what's not going to work. And it's about really being able to know the maps too. Because if you know the maps, then that will automatically be able to tell you what play might work, what play might not work. And again, when I play World of Tanks, I run through scenarios in my head about what might happen next, right? So in this game, my first question is, where is the 12T? I'm pushing in, the Leo wants to push in as well. I'm just going to let this guy go. He's full HP. I'm going to let him go. My next question, though, is where is the 12T? Did the 12T run? No, he didn't. Where's the KV2? Because the KV2 is going to be a big problem for me. So now I'm thinking about what the KV2 might do. Maybe he goes like this. Maybe he's tried to retreat back. And I'm thinking of all these things. I'm thinking of all the things that could possibly happen in this game, right? It's a tier 8 game. There's still an enemy Borisk, an AMX 5100. These are dangerous enemies. Even the Super Hellcat's kind of a dangerous enemy, right? And I need to figure out where these guys are. And in my head, I'm running it through my head. All right, the Hellcat still has to be here. The KV2 is a big problem, but he's still probably lurking in this area. And I don't want to poke this corner because I'm scared the KV2 might be here. So I just do all these things in my head, guys, right? I like to really share with you guys how I think of the game as I'm playing the game. I do these 2 + 2 = 4 things, and I'm like, I really do not want the KV2 to YOLO into me here. So that's why I'm being so passive, because I think he's right on this corner. Sure enough, he's still in this pocket, so I'm like, all right, once the KV2 is spotted, now I can kind of push this corner, poke this corner, and we might have shots on the AMX 5100. But remember that I'm now spotted still by the Borisk, so I'm going to poke out carefully. I see the shots at the AMX, I'm going to take them. I hit him twice, and now it's a matter of, do I want to push in on the KV2? Because I don't want this guy can one-shot me. I do not want this guy turning on me, so I'm going to kind of poke it like this, see where he's turning first, right? I can tell that he's turning the other direction, and now I'm able to get 2 shots into him without him turning his turret, although I don't even think he has the derp gun. Does he have the derp gun? It's hard for me to tell. Looks like it's not the derp gun, but you play it in this way, right? I still don't want this guy to hit me, so I'm not going to YOLO into him. FV is here, and he's probably proxied by the KV2 as well. And we just have to kind of wait for the team to push in here. Because these guys all, like a lot of them YOLO down the 6-7 line, a lot of our guys still have a decent amount of HP. Like the IS-3 is full HP, man, right? So like, why would I use my HP if the IS-3 can use his, or even the AMBT can take a hit or whatever? The Tiger is 944 HP, right? So just use your team, man. Use your team, and eventually we're going to go after the Boris Cure. I now have full HP, so I don't care, man. I'll just ram this guy if I have to. Like, it's the end of the game. I know we're going to win this one, so I'm just going to go after the Boris at this point and try my best to clean this guy up. And I think we do end up ramming him. I think I don't even take the shot. I wanted to ram him. I missed the shot, actually. I just come up over here like this, and I ram him for the final kill. 1633 damage, guys, 612 assists. Not the greatest of games, right? It was kind of weird, but I felt like I would give you guys an example of a game where I'm not even paying attention to my fullest at the beginning of the game, right? And yet I'm still able to, like, it's just a natural thing like breathing now, where I can do this. I can look at the map while holding a conversation with someone on the phone. I can look at the map, see what might happen, and still make smart plays and not YOLO into the enemy or do stupid things, right? So that's why I give you guys this example. I bring you guys this game as an example to share with you, to tell you the way you become a better light tank player is by reading the map, looking at the map, understanding the maps in the game themselves, right? And just understanding what can work and what can't work. It's almost a trial and error thing at times, and it's an experience thing, and you need to understand what plays might work, what plays might not work, and you need to take everything into consideration at all times. Who's left on my team? Who's left on the enemy team? Where is my support? What kind of tanks are on the enemy team? What kind of tanks are on my team? Where are these people located on the map? And I tell you guys this in a lot of videos, but I wanted to really emphasize it in this one, because Abbey is one of those maps where you would think it's really easy, but there is crossfire everywhere. There's people that can be up here, there's people that can be here, there's people that can be over here, there's a ridge line here, there's a ridge line here, there's people can get shots on you from so many different areas. And I had a video a while back on Abbey explaining to you that it's actually a lot more complicated than it looks, because there's crossfire everywhere, right? Which is why the middle of this map is pretty important, because from here you're able to defend the 8-9 lines pretty well. But you can also get shots on people that are on the 2 line as well, right? The heavies that are on this 2 line, because there's gaps here where you can get shots. See, like where the Crusader is and the Tiger. So I explained this, but just always be paying attention to these things, guys. Like, you have to be constantly, like, when I'm playing a game, I'm looking at the map like this, like all the time. I'm looking at the screen, I'm looking at the map, looking at the screen, looking at the map, and I'm constantly trying to analyze what's going on. It's just the way I am. I'm a very analytical person. That's probably why I love playing light tanks. But if you guys want to get better at lights, this is what you have to do, man. You have to analyze, It's a very engaging activity, playing light tanks. When you play heavies, when you play arty, when you play tank destroyers, I just said this in the proc video a few days ago that I released for you guys, it's not nearly as engaging, right? Maybe you can say heavies are engaging because you're constantly looking for weak spots and you're having to angle your tank, but as a tank destroyer player, half the game, you're sitting there waiting for shots, and the other half of the game, you're either pushing in or you're retreating if you're a good tank destroyer player, but you're just looking for shots, right? And then in arty, it's the same thing. You're just looking for shots. Playing a medium is kind of in between like a light and a heavy, I'll say. But playing a light, like, you have to be analyzing everything all the time. You have to be analytical, man, and that's why I love playing light tanks. But if you guys don't want to do that, then I would suggest playing other classes, right? But I think everyone is here to get better at lights, and that's what I have to emphasize and urge you guys to do, is just to always be analyzing everything in the game. Not just the map. I emphasize the map, but the enemy team, your team, what kind of players they have, like what tiers is it? Are you going against big guns? Are you going against big guns but they're slow tanks? Are you going against these tanks that can be hold down, or are they, paper tanks? Like, A play that I would make against, say, a Waffle Panzer would likely be different than against like a Foch B or something like that actually kind of has armor, you know what I mean, and is more dangerous and aggressive. Or let's just use an example like the Waffle Panzer and the T95, right? The play I make against a T95 will likely be different than the play I make against a Waffle Panzer, right? Because I can try and pick off the Waffle Panzer. They don't have great gun depression with the HE. The T95, like, I need to get around this guy ASAP. So depending on the situation, depending on the tanks, depending on the map, everything is different, guys. I can give you one answer in one game and say, yeah, that probably wouldn't have worked, or yeah, that probably would have worked, but maybe the next game it does work, right? Generally speaking, though, you're going to have areas of the map that are going to be high risk, and it's all about, in my eyes, balancing the risk to reward. So do you want to YOLO out on Prokhorovka and run down the bush line and risk getting spotted at the beginning of the game, but you will spot like 10 enemies and get a bunch of spotting damage at the beginning? Do you want to risk that? It's up to you. Or do you want to play it much more carefully, play it passively, and have a much higher chance of then running down the bush line at the end of the game and winning the game for your team and doing more spotting damage and more damage? So I always try and balance the risk to reward ratio. Would encourage you guys to do the same. I hope everything I've said in this video helps you out with your lights, and let's just get into the end plates, man. Not any kind of spectacular game, but I did 2-mark this vehicle in this game. We got the Kamikaze here at the end, hip hip hooray. It's a first class game, 1633 damage, guys, 10 module damage, believe it or not, and 3 kills, 612 assist, and here you go. Top by experience, we're top by kills. We're tying the T25 AT with kills, and what were we, like 4th by damage or something like that. These two guys had 2,000. J Panther had 1707, so something like that. 4th. Their Borisk played very well, but I was able to ram this guy at the end. Felt pretty good. And there you go, guys. Detailed report. 16 shots fired, 11 hits, 13 hits, 11 pens. And this was only a 6-minute game. Sounds about right on Abby to me. That's all. Catch you guys for the next one. By the way, just to take a quick look at the equipment, because I'm trying to 3-mark this thing right now, I am running it with Bounty Vents, Bounty Low Noise Exhaust, and Bounty Optics. That's all, guys. Catch you for the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye-bye.